Hello, it's the Crap Goth. My name is Pixie and welcome to my channel of randomness where you never know what you're going to get. Today I'm with my husband Spanky because we've had more bad news. Massive kick in the teeth. So for those people who have been following the DVLA progress and the fact that my licence was revoked for stupid reasons, stay tuned because we've had a bigger development which is just absolutely just knocked us on our asses. Right, okay, so for those people who are new to the channel, hi, this is a channel literally of mental health awareness, unboxing videos, family vlogs and things like that. Today is very much so a mental health video, definitely. We have lost our son. We are going through the grieving processes of losing a child. We are going through so many things at the moment. Please go back and check out the other videos. But one of the big things, which was a huge deal, was the fact that I couldn't drive when my little boy was poorly because he was in palliative care, wasn't he? Yeah. And he could have had a heart attack at any point and passed away, so I refused to drive. And so everything was on my husband to do it. So you did that, didn't you? And obviously because I lost my confidence then because I've not done it in such a long time. So once my little boy passed away, it took me months to get behind the wheel. And I documented doing it on videos. I was so excited, so happy. I could do something for my family finally. And then I had an emotional, not a psychotic, not a nervous breakdown. I had an emotional breakdown for like 24 hours because I wasn't getting the proper mental health support that I needed. We've had no grief counselling at all or anything, nothing at all since losing Kori. And so basically I had a conversation with my CPN, which is the community psychiatric nurse. And something from that conversation was taken away, was documented, and basically I'd already applied for a photo card renewal for my driving licence because I've got too many tattoos on my face. It's a basic thing which the DVLA took 6 months to do. I then get a letter to say, oh, for 3 months you've been banned from driving. And that was the first kick up the arse. And I was like, I was really upset, obviously. Went back to my psychiatric teams and GPs, who both agreed that me not driving was more detrimental to my mental health because I needed something to focus on to give me independence. It also took the pressure away from Spanky, which means he didn't have to drive us everywhere. And so both of them, psychiatric teams and GPs, have contacted the DVLA. They've sent forms in as a matter of priority saying she can drive. It's absolutely fine. It's not a problem. This morning you brought me up a letter, didn't you, from the DVLA? And we were like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get my licence back. This is amazing. I've opened up a letter to find they have actually cancelled my licence.
Fully revoked. Fully
revoked. And it's like it's so, and we've just cried. And it just feels as though, like, you might see us on YouTube, a happy, messy man, laughing, joking and stuff. And that's because we are putting on a front.
Big mask.
I mean, it's just one thing after another, isn't it? One thing after another. Like we're doing this alone. Like, I don't know, are any of you guys also in a situation where you are promised the earth, you will get help for this and this and this? Don't get me wrong, there have been some great people involved, but not the level of support that we need as a grieving family. I mean, we've got a 6-year-old who's only just started grief counselling at school because nobody realised she wasn't getting any help at all, and they wouldn't touch us for 6 months because that's the natural process of, like, you'd be able to cope for yourself. So amongst the fact that we had to watch our little boy die literally in our arms only a few months ago, and then go through his funeral, and Spanky's been off work sick long term, and I'm obviously my mental health suffering, his mental health suffering, we're getting no support really whatsoever. And now things like this happen where they literally come and swoop in and take everything out when we're trying our best to stay afloat.
You get 2 steps forward and then it's 6 steps back.
It's awful. It's the basic stuff, isn't it? It's the things like, we were told to go, we had to wait for 6 months before we can get any kind of bereavement counselling, and then contact Cruise. But you contact Cruise and there's no vacancies in the area, or the waiting list is, what, 2 years? And it's just like...
So you got to wait 6 months to wait 2 years?
Yeah. And it's just, you know, and you can ring someone on the phone, you know, there is all these helplines out there available, but I'm not being funny, but at 3 o'clock in the morning when we're sobbing our heart out because we can't cope with what's happened, and the phone, and there's a stranger on the other, and you've got to go through the whole thing again. that you've got to relive everything to every single person every single time. It's just too much. Like, how much more can we take? Like, the mental health system in this country is so flawed and so unbelievably underfunded. There is not enough resources to help people. And like, we're here trying to help other people, which we do all the time behind the scenes, by the way. We sit until early hours in the morning talking to families who are losing their children at that moment, or families who are about to start the HLHS journey with their children or whatever. And we do all of that whilst trying ourselves not to have massive breakdowns. And now it's come to a point where I think we're both just
burnt out.
But yeah, and there's no help. There's no help out there. So I mean, obviously this is just a huge kick in the teeth. So apparently, with the DVLA thing, I've got to apply for my provisional again and go through all of that, which could mean going through my driving test, my theory test, driving lessons, or I could appeal it in court. But because it's the DVLA...
There's no legal aid. You cannot get legal aid to represent you if it's against the DVLA.
And we can't afford a solicitor. I mean, no. I can't afford driving lessons. I can't afford theory tests. I haven't got the mental capacity to go through all of that again.
I don't think anyone currently has that facility, do they?
No, I mean, the cost of living crisis is insane. Nobody can barely even afford food and bills, let alone... I mean,
legal teams. You can't afford. No one can afford lawyers.
But it's everything. It just feels as though, and for most of you, you are absolutely amazing. Like, seriously, we could not do this without you. You have helped us in so many ways. But also, we've had the flip side, which we don't always talk about on camera, where I've been accused of fraud. I've been bullied. I've been sworn at, and all because. So there was lots of things going on with my little boy. So the world chipped in to help launch the Captain KORI Foundation. Right, we are trying to launch a charity, which is really hard because there's only us doing it because we can't afford massive amounts of legal teams.
Again, right? it's all lawyer based.
It's red tape as well, and it takes ages. So you need to be patient with us with that. It is going to happen. Also, we are trying to have the studio fixed because we had it done once. The roof leaked, the whole thing went mouldy. We've had to throw away pretty much everything in there. And actually, if you hear banging behind us, it's because the roofers are back in again, because we're trying to get back in my studio. So people have helped to do the studio conversion, and I'm not in the studio, so I got shouted at for that. My little boy's funeral hasn't been publicised yet because the details weren't correct on the videographer the video wasn't right to be put out to the public because it included some personal information which I needed altering, and the videographer's been great. So, but only last week I had 2-3 sets of people swearing at me, like writing down, for fuck's sake, why have you not done this? Why didn't I live stream it? And all this. It's my my little boy's funeral. I'm not going to live stream a child's funeral. We didn't know who was going to turn up. We didn't know what kind of mess I was going to be in. You were going to be in. If anything was going to go, anything. We're not going to live stream it. It's not a fucking freak show. You know, this has got to be done properly. So again, thank you to those people who've been patient. It is respectful, absolutely. And it is going to be coming out very, very soon. So, obviously, then I went and got my car, which was my independence. And, you know, and obviously it's for the fund as well, because we drop off donations everywhere in that car. And now my licence has been taken away. So people are like, why aren't you driving? I got accused of fraud for that as well. And it's just so... And obviously,
it's the biggest bowl of bullshit ever to be served up.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
And for you as well. I mean, like from a men's mental health, because obviously a lot of people focus on me because I'm Kori's mum. But in actual fact, Spanky, although yes, not his birth father, do everything. Like, you were the one driving us to the hospital all the time, waiting for 12 to 13 hours in the car at a time with us. Sorry, because of COVID, they weren't allowed in, and Kori was needing treatments, living here without us. Even now, like, you do all the driving round. And you go and pick up meds for all of us, and
all appointments, all meds, all drop-offs.
You were there when Kori died.
Yeah. And
like, none of us have had any support. And like I said, a lot of things is like, oh, poor mum, poor mum. But actual fact, Spanky's got to go back to work as well, which because we can't afford, you're on statutory sick pay. We can't afford to live. We just can't afford the bills. And there's not enough support there, really, is there? I mean, your work are great, aren't they?
Yeah.
They've been amazing. But the role he's going back into for his mental health is not great. People moaning at him all the time and shouting and just wanting compensation for this and that or whatever. But it's just everything. It's the fact that this whole country is going to shit. There is not support out there for adults, for children, for anybody. And it's wrong. It's absolutely disgusting. And we're supposed to be the strong ones. We're supposed to be able to cope. And all this, the government put out a thing not long ago, didn't they? Mental health matters, talking matters, hashtag whatever it was. I think fronted by celebrities and stuff. They don't give a shit. And they're pulling benefits on people left, right, and centre. So if if you're off work because you literally can't work, and Rishi Sunak, it was only days ago when he was on about some mental health thing, like you should go out for walks and stuff, and walk off your mental health. That's going to help loads. Thank you so much for that, Tory government. It's everything. Like, as a family though, we're now at breaking point. We are trying our best to do this memorial garden for KORI, run 2 YouTube channels, work. Sort out everything, and we just can't cope anymore. We've got to the point now where we just, I mean, you yourself, you're in tears nearly every day. You see the happy side of Spanky, the messing around, the banter, you don't see this when he's sat crying, and I see this all the time. And he's got his own YouTube channel. I've really said, look, it'd be really good for you to do that, but it's just, you sit behind closed doors, and it's just, what do we do? It's like, how are you? I mean, obviously you're sat here quiet. From your point of view now, because obviously we haven't spoken about this really. From your point of view, for everything that's happened, how as a male, or just, well, not even a male even, because that's just, we're not doing that whole thing. But how do you feel that everything has gone? Or right now?
I haven't got words. There isn't anything to describe it, because it's not over.
It never will be, will it?
It's not even close to being over. There's no end in sight. There isn't even a beginning in sight. It's just get your head down, carry on, do what you do. And you do. But it gets to a point where
you can't.
Even the strongest bridges break.
And then what do you do?
Yeah.
There is
no clean-up crew. There's nothing available. It's all spread out too much. No departments talk to each other. No one conveys messages properly. Things get taken out of context all the time by all sorts of people and all sorts of companies. It's just crazy.
It's the silly things. It's the small things as well. I mean, I'm not saying we've not had any support at all, because we've had support from the hospice. I mean, we've had support from the hospice and things, and they came out like that. Like a lovely lady travelled over from the hospice, and she helped take me to the council. She drove me to the council when I had to sign for my son's death certificate, that's just one of the things which is like harrowing and horrendous, to see your little boy's birth certificate and then see his death certificate. And then obviously we had to arrange the funeral. So we've had things I help with like that. But
selectively, help has been great. And
it's been in like months, like 1 month here, or maybe 2 weeks up front, or a phone call or a text message, and that just isn't. No. How do you get through? Not only long term, we knew KORI was going to pass away, so we had to deal with his mental health as well. And by the way, he tried to commit suicide, and it took 3 days. 3 days for a social worker to turn up. They told us to ring the police or take him to A&E. Yeah. He was in heart failure and everything. So, like, he was failed. And he was failed for palliative care as well, because he did not receive palliative... We did not receive palliative care for KORI in his end stages of life, which is a whole other thing, which was lied about completely. We had support from nurses coming in to give him medical flushes, but not palliative care. Like, at the end, we were on our own. So everything, from every stage, we feel as though we have been abandoned. The dog's snorting down there. We've got Chihuahua snorting, by the way. But it's, I think it's just at the moment, it's just really, really difficult, isn't it? We just don't know what to do. We are trying to keep going. We're just trying to keep going. Just bear with me 2 seconds. Okay, we've got the dog. He was just in his little cage snorting. But just basically, this is just a video just to say to you guys that we're not as strong as you think we are. You know, we have messages saying you're doing so well, you're so happy, you're so bouncy and everything like that. Just stop snorting. This is what he thinks of it. You okay? Let me just stop messing my dog from snoring. Oh, there we go. But it's just, we're not coping. We're not coping at all. Most of it is a massive front. It's a massive mask to try and keep Kori's channel going, because we want to, by the way. So stop. Those people who are telling us as well, take a break, take a step back. We can't do that, because if we do that, the YouTube channels start declining.
The algorithms.
Yeah, I mean, the algorithm is stripping thousands off of Kori's channel, hundreds off of mine every week. And, you know, and we want to do this. This is what we want to do. So we love you all. We appreciate your support. Thank you for your continued packages and your letters and your messages across social media, everywhere, isn't it? Everyone's been amazing. The majority of you have been amazing. But we do get bullied, like anybody does. You know, we're alternative. We're very open with our lives, and we are open to judgment. You know, we're going to get it. But right now, mental health wise, we're struggling. We're really, really struggling. And we think all of us need to get together and support each other. And you can talk to each other, but like, you struggle to talk to people, don't you?
Yeah.
I think that's the thing as well. Like, they say, oh, you can just talk to this person, or you can go for group therapies and do. We don't want to be sitting playing football. I say, you got offered football.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that about?
I collected the stickers back in the 80s, but I've been to one football game in my life, and I wanted to leave halfway. I don't like football.
How is football supposed to help with grief and mental health and panic attacks and loss of sleep and?
Yeah, there's a whole thing of the boys cry too and everything.
Yeah.
But
of course, because like men, I say again, we can't do this whole gender thing because you're not allowed to do that, but people are seen as like stereotypically being the strong ones and being the funny ones. And you know something? He takes the piss out of me more than anybody. You'll see him laughing, joking, taking the piss. You know something? It's all an act. Because that is your coping mechanism, isn't it?
Yeah.
If he's laughing and joking, it's because he's not coping, basically. And I think that's it.
Most of the time. Sometimes it's genuine.
Yeah, sometimes that's because you're a knobhead and you think it's funny. But we use humour. He uses humour, I think, as a mask. But the thing is, though, today is just a bit of a video just to let you just to let you guys know that, you know, mental health is a huge issue. And the fact that there is not enough help out there for anybody, no matter what ages. There are pensioners being left on their own in their homes. There are young children in hospital, out of hospital. There's us as families.
They're having surgeries cancelled and all sorts, left, right and centre. It's going to play absolute merry hell with you.
It's awful. It's awful, honestly. And it's just, I don't even know what this video. It's not a rant video. It's just
a chat.
It is a chat. It is literally like, it's hard. Like, there is going to be so many people, not just families who've lost children, but have lost parents, and it doesn't matter. Grief, loss, stress, pressure from everywhere. Pressure to do well in work, pressure to get into work if you're not in work, pressure to forget your disabilities and go for a walk in the fresh air because that's going to make everything better. Pressure to smile and move on and know that your child is no longer suffering, so you know you should be happy because he's not suffering anymore. But it's, oh my gosh, it's just everywhere. Everywhere is just in your head, and you've got to do this and you've got to do this and you're supposed to do this, and everybody is an individual. And I think that is the one thing that governments and organisations forget. Don't read things off a fucking spreadsheet to us. Don't quote Google at us. Don't take one
manufactured figures.
Yeah, basically one foot in front of the other. Do this. Oh, you can live off so much money. You can cope with this. This is your time frame for grieving. Every single person is different. It's
all set up so that you're there in your little family unit, bailing your boat, trying not to make it sink, when actually what you want is a bigger boat with more people.
Yeah. Because
the more people that help bail out, the better that boat will be. We're going to need a bigger boat.
It's just insane. Right now, I'd take a boat and just sail off on a fucking ocean, wouldn't you? Yeah. I mean, they say it takes a village to raise a child, but that could be the DVLA now, not being dickheads. 2 seconds. Another example. That was the medicines order line, which run an automated service,
no.
And they.
Through our chemist, we've got the app which has an automated repeat prescription set up. So every 56 days, because apparently 56 days is how long 2 inhalers last.
And I've got quite bad asthma as well.
Yeah. So we're at the 56-day mark, so it's processed an order. And they've now phoned up to say, you've put it through manually. No, we haven't. It's an automated system.
And they were arguing with us on the phone.
Yeah.
You might think it's this, but it's this. It's again, it's just... Yeah, I think we're just at the point now where we're like, what was it, the whole duck, isn't it? You know, we just...
I had a flare up at the checkout lady in Lidl the other night.
Oh God, yeah, you did, yeah.
I was a bit rude to her. If you're watching, sorry.
You just, it's really hard, isn't it? It's all right. It's just had enough. It just feels, and we're not being self-pitying. I mean, we are. Say we're strong, we're not, but we try. We are trying our best, and we just can't do it. It feels as though you try everything, and then there's always someone there to kick your feet out from underneath you, no matter how hard. So if any of you guys are struggling like we are, please feel free to reach out. It's okay. I know we've got a lot on, but this is what we want. We want to talk to people. We want to find out if other people are experiencing the same things, the deficit in the systems, whether it's financial, mental health, support, anything. I don't know. Just, it seems the smallest thing. It's how much can one person take? I genuinely think they try to break us on purpose, because then it's less people to worry about. Yeah. If people are taking their lives, if people are dropping out the system because the paperwork is too much to fill in for benefits to get help, they just leave it. They don't tell you what you're entitled to. They just... Yeah. People are so quick to snatch things away from you, but when you try and get help, it takes forever. So if any of you are struggling, if any of you need to talk to somebody, so obviously you can comment on here, but if you want to private message me, I have a Facebook page called The Crap Goth. You can DM me. You know, I might not go back to you immediately, but if you want to talk, you can come on there and talk publicly. You can private message me. You can comment on here. You can whatever. You know, don't be alone. I think we've got each other.
Yeah.
And that is a huge thing. I mean, and even then he shuts down, and I have my psych teams, but I am now too scared to tell people how I feel in case it gets documented and something else gets stripped away. And that's wrong. And honestly, how much more I don't know how much more we can take, do you? But
keep going. Head down, keep going.
That's all we can do, innit?
That's all you can do.
But for every single person, I want to finish this video up now, but for every person, like, you got gifted a gigantic Star Wars set, didn't you? Oh, by the way, yes, he was gifted, it's over there, it's too big to pick up. He was gifted his Grail, all-time Grail, Millennium Falcon, is it?
Hold on.
I said it right. Lego Star, and that was it from Anna?
Anna.
From Anna in Switzerland, but she wants to remain anonymous for the rest of it. So, yeah, you know, things like that. I mean, that was huge, wasn't it? And we're not saying send us things. We're just saying thank you to
came out of the blue.
And that was just on the back of a video, wasn't it? Of just something, because you did something nice for somebody.
She just chose to send it.
Such a beautiful thing to do. So, like, honestly, we just want to say thank you. I mean, I've had a note from the builder who's out today. His wife has sent me a beautiful letter. She actually wrote me a letter at 5 o'clock this morning because she couldn't sleep. A beautiful letter. You don't know about that. He's just given it to me. And it's honestly, thank you so much, Aston. It's beautiful. Just a beautiful letter, just saying she's thinking of us and all that kind of stuff. And it was just lovely. And so, obviously, you help keep us going, genuinely. Yeah. You know, we don't want to stop the channels, so don't ask us to do that. We don't want to back off from the channel. We want to do this. We've got to fulfill his goal. We've got to help other people as well. But thank you for helping us, because this mask and messing around that's exactly what it is. We can't cope. No. We're not coping.
Well, it's on the back of those two channels. You've been pressuring me to start my own because people find it interesting and all this kind of stuff, but I'm finding it really hard to get going because most of the time
you're crying.
At the end of the day,
it's difficult, isn't it?
I just want to go and sit down on it for a bit.
But then you retreat into yourself, don't you? It's just...
Yeah.
Nobody knows what we're doing. We're all bimbling through life. Nobody's got a fucking clue what on earth they're doing.
No.
We're just winging it, aren't we? We're winging it and hoping for the best, but there needs to be something better in place. Like, we need to get the Tories out for a start.
Get political.
Getting political, seriously. It will, I'm not being funny, but like the UK is going to shit.
To be fair, we're at the point now where all the politicians in government and all the elected officials are betraying the people of the country, so therefore the king could step in because it's treason.
But I don't think that's going to happen anyway.
Of course, it's not going to bloody happen.
I like the royal family, so I'm not dissing the royal family. But yeah, it's insane. We're going back to we've said so many times as well. Just not with just obviously with like anything, but like we're going back to Victorian times where the rich become richer, yeah, and the poor become poorer. People who can't afford medical care because obviously they're trying to privatise the NHS in sections and waiting lists, and people are dying because they're waiting for things. Everything. The only thing we can do is stand together as a united front. Now, this sounds like some political campaign. It really isn't. But,
Pixie for president.
Oh my God, I can so do that. Get Trump out. Get all them out. Oh, I can go to American and I can stand for president. Yeah, because he's going to be real. I can do it. Pixie for president. I'm going to be a White House. It'll be a pink house for a start with Sanrio walls. Be fine. But no, it's I think we just need to. Obviously, we're messing around again. But basically, just be there for people and be aware of people. You know, if someone's gone quiet, go and check on them. You know, even just a text message, a knock on the door, a note through the door, anything. Just go and check on your neighbours. Say hello. Smile at someone in the street. You don't have to say hi because in this day and age, people think you're creepy and you're going to stab them or something.
Don't do that.
No, I'm saying, but no, but we have to do. You know what I mean? Just
He's back.
It just it just takes one person to smile at somebody else or be courteous. If you're ringing up somebody and you've got a problem, if it's like work and you're in customer service, be nice to that person. You don't know what kind of day they're having. No. You don't know. No, none of us know what everyone else is dealing with. So the point of this video is just be open and help each other and just you don't have to put a mask on like we do. We do it because we're YouTubers and because this is, you know, we do generally enjoy it, but it's okay to just. I'm not doing that whole it's okay to not be okay thing because it isn't okay to not be okay. It's shit. It's not fair. But you might just see us crying a bit more and being a bit more open. And if you guys want to join in and have a cry with us, that's absolutely fine. But there needs to be more out there, doesn't there?
Yeah.
You need to get a chihuahua.
They're pretty fun.
He hated rat dogs.
I did not see the point in them, but this one's alright. You're a hyperactive little prick, aren't you?
Okay, so we are literally going to finish this video now. Thank you just for listening to this one. It's just a bit of a... We're not coping. I'm trying really hard not to cry. You've already had a really big cry before we even came on camera. The roofers are in now. The chickens are shouting. He's been snorting. Our Star's gone off on her first school trip today, so he's very emotional about that as well. And it's just... I don't know how much more we could take. It is. We don't know how much more we could take. So, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. We're not always like depressive dickheads. We actually are going to be doing some fun things as well. But so that's it really. Just. What is it? Bill and Ted said. Is it be good to one another or something?
You really should watch these films before you quote them.
That's why I'm asking you. What is it?
Be excellent to each other.
Be excellent to each other. Okay, it's a good excuse. Maybe we should sit and watch a film, have some couple time. But anyway, take care of yourselves. We're here if you need us. Come and chat to us. It's absolutely fine. And we'll see you all again soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Spooky says bye too. See you later. Hey, so it's me again. Obviously I'm on my own this time. You have to excuse me. The builders are here, so if anyone walks in, it's just them, and I'm actually in the middle of editing videos as well at the moment. I've just watched back the footage that we just did with Spanky, obviously regarding the mental health, and I just wanted to say, oh my gosh, it comes across that we are saying we can't cope with being YouTubers, we can't cope with the pressure of the channels and things like that. And I just want to let you all know that that is absolutely not the case. So I am so sorry because obviously I watched that back to edit it. And I want to say that honestly, being a YouTuber is literally one of the most fulfilling, amazing experiences I have personally ever had. I absolutely adored doing it with Kori. It was just incredible. And to have my own channel and actually have people talk to me from across the world, it opens the world up to me. It helps me with my anxiety. I love talking to you all. The things you do, you say to us, the gestures, the just everything is just incredible, honestly. So please don't take anything from that whole conversation with Spanky and I that the pressure is too much. We just mean the pressure of life just feels as though it's too much at the moment. Having a YouTube channel and having people who actually interact and talk with all of us is just incredible, and this is my dream, this is my goal. I am pretty certain this is what Kori, you can see him poking over there, I'm pretty sure Kori set this up on purpose, because obviously he knew he was going to be leaving me, and I think that is why he said, come on Mum, I want you to reach your goal, I want you to work and grow your channel, because he knew that I'd need something to keep me going, and this is it. And honestly, I'm so sorry about the negativity. Like, we have the builders in today, we have the gardeners coming in tomorrow. I've contacted my team about the driving licence thing, and they're going to write a supporting letter so I can reapply and hopefully get medical forms sent in at the same time. So potentially this could actually help us, but we just kind of want to be honest with you guys about the fact that everything isn't rosy. But this is what I personally love doing. Spanky's just starting out on his adventure of being a YouTuber, but this is my life now with my family. I love it. I love you all. Honestly, I couldn't be more grateful, and I want to carry it on, and I want to grow this channel and do lots of fun things, as well as being serious and trying to advocate for mental health, which is really important to me as well. So yeah, I don't mean to be negative Nancy at all. I absolutely love doing what I do. I do. It's amazing. Thank you so much. So yeah, thank you so much. Bye bye.